For every son she had, her husband rewarded her with $1 billion, but she had 2 babies in a row. But they were both daughters. So she went to a guru and paid a lot of money to have her fortune told. But the old man told her that you and your husband are not destined to have a son. She was desperate to find a way out. The old man saw that she was destined to have a son and came up with an idea. The woman was stunned and left disappointed, but she never expected it. When she returned home after her monthly period, she found that the maid was pregnant. A woman's intuition made her feel uneasy. After some questioning, she found out that the baby was really her husband's. She was so angry that she slapped him across the face. At that moment, her mother-in-law came out and not only didn't speak up for her daughter-in-law, but also accused her of marrying into this family for 7 years and not even being able to give birth to a grandchild. The woman then realized that her mother-in-law knew about this, but her attitude made it clear that she wanted the maid to have the baby. After saying that, she didn't care about her daughter-in-law's feelings. The mother-in-law gave the maid some pork and told her to cook it for her tonight. The woman was furious and anxious. If the maid really gave birth to a son, there would be no room for her in the house. So as soon as her mother-in-law left, she threatened the maid to go to the hospital to abort the baby. So the next morning, the woman asked the housekeeper to take the maid to the hospital without her mother-in-law's knowledge. The maid knew in her heart that if she didn't do as she was told, she would die. But when she walked into the hospital, she saw the happy smiles on the faces of the soon-to-be parents. She touched her stomach and suddenly felt a strong sense of reluctance. After hesitating for half a day, out of nowhere, she found the courage. She escaped through the back door of the hospital. When Madame learned of the maid's escape and thought of the fortune-teller's words, the feeling of uneasiness grew stronger and stronger. In order to keep her position in the family, she looked at the housekeeper, who had been in love with her for years, and then made a crazy move. Soon the woman was pregnant again and she was sure that this time she would have a son. But in order for her son to inherit the family business, the woman told the butler to get rid of the maid and her baby.